Good afternoon and welcome to today's MIAA softball doubleheader between the Calvin University Knights and the Scots from Alma College. We should have a good one here today. This is the home finale for the Knights. Knights will be celebrating Senior Day here for folks that want to stick around to the very end after the second game, but this is the Knights will be celebrating the careers of 6 seniors today, so those 6 and all of their teammates hoping to end this one on a high note, go out strong here before they finish the season over the weekend against the rivals from Hope College. So Scots come into today with a 12-18 record, 4-8 in MIAA play. The Knights are 22-12 overall, 9-3 in MIAA play. That is good currently for second place by 1 game over Adrian College. So the Knights are looking here. If results go their way today, they will be able to clinch a spot in the MIAA postseason tournament next week, which is always a goal for every team that plays in conference. In the circle today for the Knights will be Brooke Hunderman. Hunderman this season is 12-6. with a 1.89 ERA, 111 strikeouts through 107 in the third inning. So another terrific season so far from Hunderman. Hunderman last year was the pitcher of the year in the MIAA, coming off a couple of really strong starts for her, and she's looking to keep that going. Leading off the inning is Renee Sandman, who swings and misses at that one for strike 1. Sandman on the season batting .295, 6 extra base hits, 5 doubles and a triple. So a little bit of extra base power here at the top of the order for the Scots. She fouls that one off, and Hunderman is ahead in the count, 0-2. Hunderman this season leads the Knights in innings pitched by 26, with those 107 in the third innings. 111 strikeouts, as I said earlier. She fires that one high and outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count on Renee Sandman. Sandman starting at first base today for the Scots. So Hunderman fires that one high to make the count 2-2. Starting a little bit early here, as softball every once in a while is wont to do. The 2-2 pitch just misses the outside corner there. Good take from Sandman. Was down in this count, 0-2, and she works it back full. So Hunderman looks in. That one is inside for ball 4. So the first base runner of the game for the Scots.
Now batting, Peyton Feather.
Sandman is the top base stealing threat for the Scots this season. She is 11 for 12 on the bases, so that'll be something the Knights are going to have to look out for. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Peyton Feather. Feather is a .346 hitter this season, squares around a bunt, fouls that one back. Feather, a .346 hitter. Looks like she does have 2 sacrifices this season. Has 2 doubles to go with 15 runs scored. 9 runs driven in so far. Down in the count here, 0-1. Squares around a bunt again, pulls it back as that one comes in high. And that'll even the count at 1-1. Hunderman looking to work a way around a leadoff walk here. Feather squares the bunt again, pulls it back, but takes that one for a strike. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back. Feather stays alive there. Hunderman this season, that was her 37th walk. Fires again on a 1-2 pitch. Swings. Lined out. And a double play. Really nice play there by the shortstop, Aubrey Herder. Catches that one just above the dirt and heads up, throws it to first base just in time to get the double out. And that will clear the bases for the number 3 hitter, Jordan Porter.
Now batting, Jordan Porter.
Porter, the top hitter for the Scots this season, batting .363 with 2 home runs, 7 doubles. She'll take that one high for ball 1. Porter slugging .490. She has scored 18 runs. Takes that one for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Hunderman fires that one high and outside for ball 2. Two and 1 the count on Jordan Porter. She takes that one off-speed pitch in the dirt. She is ahead in the count, 3-1. Hunderman looking to see if maybe she can get her to chase there, but that's a good eye from Porter, who has 11 walks on the season against 13 strikeouts. The 3-1 pitch. That one is low again for ball 4, so it's the second walk of the inning for Hunderman. Still looking to maybe dial it in a little bit, find that strike zone on a consistent basis. And that'll bring up
Julia Duncan.
The second baseman, Julia Duncan. Duncan batting .303 so far this season. Ranks second on the team and runs batted in. Takes that one for a strike. Porter at first base does have 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts this season. The Scots as a team have only been thrown out twice on the base paths. That one is maybe just a little bit outside. I've seen Hunderman try that outside corner a couple of times and just miss. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up in the infield. Herder is under it, and she will make the play. So Hunderman works her way around 2 walks. Doesn't allow any hits, no runs. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, score still tied 0-0. So if you are just joining us, this one started a little bit early. Knights get out of the top of the first inning without a run allowed. Today they will face Morgan Westall. Westall this season is 6-9 with a 3.5 ERA, 97 strikeouts and 90 innings pitched. Westall has thrown the most innings for the Scots this season. Her 97 strikeouts are twice as many as anybody else on the pitching staff. So the left-hander. We'll see if that gives the Knights any trouble. That not quite as many left-handers that you face here in softball, but should present a pretty good challenge for the Knights. The Knights will be led off the top of the inning. They will see at least the first 3 batters. The designated player, Val Frias, will lead off. Aubrey Herder, who accounted for all 3 of the outs in the top half of the inning. She's at shortstop. She'll bat second. And then Emily Sweetland is the second baseman. She'll bat third. Carly Dole, the third baseman, Taylor Sanborn lurking if the Knights are able to start anything in this inning. So Val Frias will lead off for the Knights. She is batting .358 so far in a very strong freshman season so far. She's got 4 doubles, 1 triple. Looking to get things started here for the Knights in the bottom half of the first. She'll take that one outside for ball 1. Frias has started every game so far for the Knights. This is their 35th game of the season. She'll take that one outside for ball 2. So far, behind home plate, the umpire has been pretty consistent in not giving that outside corner to either side. Something to watch out for here the rest of the way. That one is high for ball 3. So Frias is ahead in the count here, 3-0. Looking to get that leadoff batter aboard. Squares around a bunt, but pulls it back. Takes strike 1. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Good pitch there. Good recovery so far from Westall to make this a full count after falling behind 3-0 to start the at-bat. That one is fouled out of play over the third base dugout. And we will do it again. Oh. Frias called time and was not granted it, but the pitch from Westall ended up outside the strike zone for ball 4. So that was a little bit awkward, I think, for everybody involved, but it results in Frias getting the free pass to first base. And just like the Scots in the top half of the inning, the Knights get the leadoff batter aboard. And that'll bring up Aubrey Herder. Herder, the shortstop. Started every game so far for the night this season for the Knights. Squares around a bunt, pulls it back for ball 1. Herder batting .337 this season. She leads the Knights with 12 sacrifice bunts so far this season, so squares around a bunt again and bunts it foul down the first base line. Frias at first base has 4 stolen bases so far this season, 4 for 4, as the Knights look to get her into scoring position for the middle of the order. No bunt attempt there. She'll take that one high, and the count is now 2-1. Herder helped the Knights get out of that top half of the first inning. Squares around a bunt again. Good bunt down the first base line. That will go down as a sacrifice. Good play by Sandman at first base to turn around and fire that one to Duncan, who was covering. So the Knights get that productive out.
Now batting.
Move Frias into scoring position. That will bring up Emily Sweetland. Sweetland, a .355 hitter this season with 14 extra base hits, 11 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. She will foul that one over the backstop for strike 1. 1-1 the count. She'll take that one inside for ball 2. Knights looking to get off to a good start here. Frias at second base. She led off the game with a walk for the Knights. The 2-1 pitch, high for ball 3. So far we've seen both pitchers kind of battle the strike zone a little bit. Looking to dial it in. But Sweetland ahead in the count here. Swings and fouls it back. Good location there from Westall, maybe a little bit inside. And that will make the count full at 3-2. 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Inside for ball 4. And the Knights have runners at first and second base for Carly Dole. Dole, as she has been for much of her career here for the Knights, through 3 seasons, the top hitter, batting .392. 13 doubles, leads the team, 4 triples, 2 home runs, 26 runs batted in. She'll take that one outside for ball 1. Dole, the program's all-time leader in triples, as Calvin Athletic Director Jim Timmer says, She sets a new record every time she gets one. She'll take that one outside for ball 2. She's ahead in the count here, 2-0. Runners at first and second here for the Knights. Frias at second, as Dole takes that one high for ball 3. Frias at second base, Sweetland at first. One out here, and Dole ahead in the count, 3-0. As Dole takes that one over the heart of the plate. 4 strike 1. The 3-1 pitch. Over the inside corner for strike 2. Dole this season, 13 walks against 8 strikeouts. Fouls that one back. Not sure if you can see it behind home plate, but the numbers of the 6 Calvin seniors that will be honored after Game 2 are painted in red. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good job there from Westall to come back from a 3-0 count. Gets Dole to strike out. It's a big out, second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Taylor Sanborn.
Taylor Sanborn.
Sanborn once again starting at catcher. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Sanborn batting .327 this season with 11 doubles, 2 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Looking to get the Knights on the board. Checks her swing. Watches that one fall in the dirt for ball 1. Knights looking to take advantage of 2 walks here so far from Westall in the first inning. That one outside for ball 2. Had an appeal to the umpire between second and third base. Says that Sanborn did not swing. Swung on, grounded to shortstop. The throw will beat Sanborn at first base to end the inning. So good play there from Peyton Feather to end the threat. Knights get 2 runners aboard on 2 walks, no hits, but do not score as we head to the top of the second inning with both teams tied 0-0. We are ready for the top of the second inning here. Morgan Brandow will lead things off for the Scots.
Now batting, Morgan Brandow.
Brandow, the designated player, batting .333 this season again. Set to face Brooke Hunderman, who fires that one outside for ball 1. Brandow has 5 home runs this season to lead the Scots. Also leads the Scots with 23 runs batted in. Takes that one high for ball 2. That one is high for ball 3. So 3-0 Hunderman able to work around 2 walks in the first inning. Falls behind the leadoff batter here, Brandow. Gets that one in there for strike 1. To go with her 5 home runs, Brandow also has 3 doubles and 17 walks against only 6 strikeouts. She swings at that one, lines it into right field, where the Knights had Tori Decker playing her towards the right field line. She catches that for out number 1. That will bring up the third baseman, Camille Losmak. Losmak batting .316 this season. Swings at that one, fouled over the backstop for strike 1. Losmak not a huge extra base hit, only 3 doubles so far this season. She takes that one low for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled over the backstop, just over the press box where we are sitting here. And that will make the count 1-2. One out here in the top of the second inning. Both teams still looking for their first run. Swung on, fouled back. Hunderman still looking for her first strikeout of the game. Ahead in the count here, 1-2. The off-speed pitch grounded up the middle for the first hit of the game for either team. So good approach there from Losmak to sit back, wait on it, and hit it back up the middle. And one aboard now for the Scots for Sophia Somerset.
Now batting, Sophia Somerset.
Somerset batting .270 this season. Fouls that one out of play. Losmak at first base does have 5 stolen bases so far this season. Has not been thrown out yet. That one is high for ball 1. Hunderman in her last start struck out 6 against St. Mary's, allowing no runs in a complete game for her. Looks like that was her 4th shutout of the season. Looking to work around a little bit of trouble here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Runner on base, 2-1 count. Swung on and missed. Runner goes. Good throw there from Sanborn and a good tag from Herder at shortstop. So once again, the Knights able to get an out on the bases as they did in the first inning on a double play. That time a really good throw toward second from the catcher Sanborn. That is the first time this season that Losmak has been thrown out attempting to steal, and there are now 2 outs for the Knights and a 2-2 count. Swung on, driven to deep left field, and that will be fair. Just inside the left field line. The Knights left fielder, Kennedy Pepin, unable to get back there. That one landed just in front of the warning track. So it turns out that was a very big out for the Knights on the bases.
Now batting, Jenna Holzinger.
Because now the Scots have a runner at second base, but there are 2 outs and nobody on base for that double. And that will bring up Jenna Holzinger. Holzinger in right field to start the day, batting .300 on the season, getting her 11th start this season. She's got 3 doubles and a home run. Swung on, fouled down the third base line to even the count at 1-1. That one is outside once again for ball 2. So far, a pretty consistent strike zone from our home plate umpire. Has not really given the corner on either side to either pitcher. 2-1 pitch, swung on, fouled back off the backstop. So Hunderman once again has 2 strikes on a hitter. Off-speed pitch there. Looked like it froze Holzinger, but she was able to just get a bat on it on a check swing to stay alive in the count at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch is high, and that will make the count full. So Scott's doing a good job making Hunderman work here. 2 hits so far in the inning. They have a runner at second base. Full count here. Swung on, fouled back. Three and 2 the count here with 2 outs. That is high for ball 4. And that will bring up Kylie Halverson. Halverson is the starting center fielder for the Scots. Halverson batting .345 so far on the season, making her 13th start. Having a conversation there with coach to go over a plan of attack here. Looking to keep this inning alive, possibly put the Scots on the board. She'll take that one for strike 1 over the inside corner. That one is high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count for the Knights. Brooke Hunderman looking to work her way out of this jam. Scots have gotten 2 hits and a walk so far in this inning. That one is inside for ball 2. Sophia Somerset is the runner at second base. Jenna Holzinger is at first base. Kylie Halverson at the plate. Bounces that one. Oh, and it will go under the glove of Emily Sweetland at second base. That will score 1 run. And Halverson will dive into second base. So the Scots get on the board first, thanks to the error. That will extend the inning. And that will bring up the top of the order for Renee Sandman. 1 run.
Now batting, Renee Sandman.
Sandman led off the game with a walk. Ended up being the next batter. She was doubled off first base. Runners at second and third here. Hunterman looking to limit the damage to only one run. That one was either low or outside for ball one. Sandman entered the game batting .295 on the season. Takes that one inside for ball two. Scott's leading 1-0 here in the top half of the second inning. Looking to add to that lead. And that ball is outside for ball three. The 3-0 pitch. Takes that for strike one. Sandman now has 14 walks on the season after her leadoff free pass to start the game. Bounces that one through the hole on the left side of the infield. That will add one run for the Scots. And Alma leads 2-0. So Sandman gets that one just past the glove of the shortstop Herder. As Calvin head coach Becky Hilgert goes out to meet with the infield and her pitcher Hunterman. Scott so far in this inning have 3 hits, also have a walk, and the inning was prolonged with an error that led to the first run and has kept the inning alive. And that will bring up Peyton Feather.
Now batting, Peyton Feather.
Feather lined into a double play to the shortstop Herder in the first inning, so she is 0 for 1 on the day, but batting .346 coming in. Swings and misses at that one as Sandman slides into second base with a stolen base. And the Scots have runners at second and third now. The 0-1 pitch swung on in the air towards left field. That is caught by Kennedy Pepin. But the Scots do strike for 2 runs on 3 hits, a walk, and an error. So we head to the bottom half of the first inning, of the second inning. Calvin trailing 2-0. Knights looking to get those 2 runs back here in the bottom half of the second inning. Tori Decker, the right fielder, will lead off.
Now
Decker batting.
Tori Decker.
But Decker is batting .384 this season with 2 home runs, 2 triples, and 8 doubles. Morgan Westall still in the circle for the Scots. If you joined us a little bit late, got out of a walked 2 batters and got herself out of that jam in the first inning as Decker fouls that one over the backstop out of play. Decker this season leads the Knights with 30 runs batted in. Takes that off-speed pitch high for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. That one is low and outside for ball 3. So we've seen both pitchers looking to find that strike zone so far early in this one. Decker fouls that one off the backstop. And that will make the count full at 3-2. Decker this season has played in every game, starting 34 of the 35 games. Lines that one towards the third baseman, off her glove, and the Knights get the leadoff batter aboard. So that one was well struck. And that will bring up Kennedy Pepin.
Now batting, Kennedy Pepin.
Pepin batting .243 this season. That one was ruled a hit on that line drive. Pepin squares to bunt, pops it foul for strike 1. Pepin on the season does have 7 sacrifice bunts. Gets that one down to move the runner up. Good execution there from the Scots to get the out. But the Knights now have a runner in scoring position for the center fielder, Maya Brickley.
Now batting, Maya Brickley.
Brickley starting in center field today. She is batting .484 this season, getting her 7th start. She takes that one for strike 1. Brickley, a really good start to her Calvin career with 15 hits and 31 at-bats, 5 doubles, 1 home run, and 11 runs batted in. She'll take that one over the outside corner for strike 2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the second strikeout of the game for Westall, and that will bring up the first baseman, Lily Gostra. Gostra batting .333 on the season with 3 doubles. She pops that one towards the second baseman, Julie Duncan, who makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the 2nd inning in a row, Knights get a runner in scoring position but unable to take advantage as we head to the top of the 3rd inning with the Scots leading 2-0. Top of the 3rd inning here at Calvin University. Scots leading 2-0. The left fielder, Jordan Porter, will lead off the inning for Alma.
Now batting, Jordan Porter.
Reached base on a walk in her first plate appearance. Brooke Hunderman fires that one for a strike. Scots have really made Hunderman work so far through 2 innings as she's thrown more than 50 pitches. The 0-1 pitch swung on, popped into left field. Underneath that one will be Kennedy Pepin to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Julia Duncan. Duncan popped up to the shortstop, Aubrey Herder, to end the first inning. Duncan, a .303 hitter so far in the season, takes strike 1. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors so far for the Scots. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Knights. So that one is lined to the shortstop, Aubrey Herder, who makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Morgan Brandow.
Now batting, Morgan Brandow.
Brandow led off the second inning with a fly out to right field. So she is 0 for 1 on the day. Takes that one outside for ball 1. Brandow, the top power threat for the Scots, with 5 home runs this season, 5 of their 8. Takes that one low for ball 2. Two 2-0 the count on Brandow. Good pitch there from Hunderman. Looked like a little bit of an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Hunderman looking to retire the Scots in order for the first time in this game. That one is popped once again into left field, where Pepin gets under it and makes the catch. So a good 1-2-3 inning for Hunderman, coming off that tough second inning. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, Scots leading the Knights 2-0. Bottom half of the third inning here for the Knights. Top of the order will hope to get something started here, start a rally, get the Knights back into this one. Val Frias.
Val Frias.
Frias led off the game with a walk for Calvin, reached second base on a sacrifice bunt, but was stranded there. She takes that one outside for ball 1. Frias, a .258 hitter. Fouls that one, even in the count at 1-1. Frias was a nominee on Monday's C Club Awards. She was a nominee for Freshman of the Year, which was very well deserved after her very strong debut season here for Calvin. Mostly out of the designated player spot. She foul tips that one into the glove for strike 2. 1-2 the count here on Frias. She takes that one outside for ball 2. Several Calvin softball players were nominated in various awards. I know Carly Dole was nominated for her career record in triples, as Frias takes that one outside for ball 3. Brooke Hunderman was nominated as one of the Female Athlete of the Year nominees. Zoe Hazelhoff was also nominated as one of the Role Players of the Year. As Frias grounds that one to third base for the first out of the inning. Camille Losmak making the play for the Scots. And that will bring up Aubrey Herder.
Now batting, Aubrey Herder.
Herder had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning that moved Frias to second base. She'll take that one for strike 1. Herder, a .337 hitter this season, 5 extra base hits. Starting every game so far this season at shortstop. She swings, grounds that one up the middle for the Knights' second hit of the game. So good approach there from Herder to hopefully get a rally going here if you're the Knights. And that will bring up the second baseman, Emily Sweetland. Sweetland reached base in her first plate appearance on a walk. 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Knights looking to start a rally. Herder at first base is a stolen base threat. She is 7 for 7 so far on the season. Sweetland fouls that one out of play for strike 1. Sweetland entered the game tied for second on the Knights in extra base hits with 14 of them. 11 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run as she takes that one outside for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. Good pitch there from Morgan Westall to even the count at 2-2. That one is tipped back to the backstop. Just got over the glove of Alma catcher Sophia Somerset. So Sweetland stays alive in the count. Still 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. 1 runner aboard. Good off-speed pitch. Runner goes, and she will slide in safely. So second out of the inning, but the Knights do get a runner into scoring position for Carly Dole.
Now batting, Carly Dole.
It was the 3rd strikeout of the game so far for Westall. Dole comes up to the plate, had runners at first and second in her first plate appearance, but was the first strikeout victim for Westall. Struck out swinging in her first at bat. She swings and misses at that one for strike 1. Dole, a .392 hitter with 19 extra base hits, 2 home runs, 13 doubles, 4 triples. Takes that one over the outside corner for strike 2. Westall so far today has been able to bear down and make some really big pitches, get herself out of a couple of jams here. 3rd straight inning, the Knights have had a runner at second base. Still looking for their first run. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off the backstop. One and two the count on Dole. Outside for ball 2. Westall looks in for the sign. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So once again, Westall works her way around. A base runner at second base as we head to the 4th inning with the Scots leading 2-0. Brooke Hunderman still in the circle for the Knights as we start the top half of the 4th inning. Camille Losmack, the starting third baseman for the Scots, will lead off. Losmack got the first hit of the game, started to rally there in the top half of the 2nd inning as she singled up the middle. That one was fouled out of play for strike 1. 0-1 the count. So Hunderman fires that one high for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch over the outside corner for strike 2. Good pitch there from Hunderman. Fouled back out of play. Hunderman able to get 2 strikes on a lot of these Scots hitters, but the Scots have done a very good job of staying alive, making the most of their at-bats. Have not struck out yet today, as that one is once again fouled out of play. One and 2 the count on Losmack. Swung on, grounded to second base where Emily Sweetland will make the play for the first out of the inning. Good job there from Sweetland.
Now batting, Sophia Somerset.
And that will bring up the catcher, Sophia Somerset. Somerset hit a double down the left field line just in front of the warning track in the 2nd inning, scored the team's first run. Takes that one low for ball 1. That one is low and inside for ball 2. Somerset on the season batting .270. That was her 6th double of the season. Looking to start a rally here for the Scots. Takes that one inside for ball 3. Not entirely sure. Maybe they're having a conversation as to whether that pitch hit Somerset in the foot, or if they're maybe having some other conversation, or if they're just giving time for Sanborn to have a little chat in the circle with Hunderman. But the count remains 3-0. 1 out here in the top half of the 4th inning. Scott's still leading 2-0. Strike one. Hunterman catching the bottom of the strike zone there. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off her front foot. And that will make the count full at 3-2. So Hunterman fell behind 3-0 in the count. Works her way back to full. The off-speed pitch hangs up just a little bit too high for ball 4. So that will be the 4th walk of the game for the Scots so far. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Jenna Holzinger.
Now batting, Jenna Holzinger.
Holzinger, 300 batter so far on the season. Walked in her first plate appearance, came around to score. She squares around a bunt here. Dole fields it from third base, fires it to Sweetland at first for the second out of the inning. So the Scots playing a little small ball there. Advance the runner into scoring position. Somerset now at second base, and that'll bring up Kylie Halverson. Halverson getting the start today in center field, batting .345. Takes that one outside for ball 1. Halverson reached base in the first inning on a 2-out error that prolonged the inning, helped lead to 2 runs for the Scots. She'll swing at that one, which falls right into the glove of Carly Dole at third base for the 3rd out of the inning. So at the midway point here of game 1, we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Scots leading the Knights 2-0. Bottom half of the 4th inning for the Knights. Still looking for their first run of the game against the Scots starting pitcher, Morgan Westall. Taylor Sanborn will lead off. Sanborn 0 for 1 so far in the day. She grounded out to shortstop to end the first inning. She'll take that one outside for ball 1. Sanborn, a .327 hitter. Tied for the team lead with 2 home runs. Swings at that one, and it will fall for a base hit. Just outside the outstretched glove of a diving Julia Duncan at second base. And the Knights get a leadoff batter aboard. We will see a pinch runner here for the Knights. That'll be number 2, Ella Steele.
Pinch running for the Knights, Ella Steele.
Steele looking to see if maybe they can get a little something moving on the base paths as the Knights get the leadoff batter aboard for Tori Decker. Decker had the first base hit of the game for Calvin. She lined it off the glove of third baseman Camille Losmack. Knights looking to get a rally going here. Trailing 2-1 in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Decker takes that one for ball 1. Decker leads the Knights so far this season with 30 runs batted in. One of 3 Calvin players with 2 home runs, 12 extra base hits. Steele, the pinch runner at first base, has not attempted a stolen base so far this season as Decker grounds that one to third. That will end up being a fielder's choice with Steele out at second base. Got a little bit close as the third baseman Losmack had to wait for the second baseman Julia Duncan to get to the bag before she made the throw, but they get her in time for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Kennedy Pepin. Pepin, without an official plate appearance so far in this one, she had a sacrifice bunt in the second inning. Swings and misses at that one. For strike one. Pepin, a .243 hitter. Squares around a bunt, but pulls it back for ball 1. One and one the count here. So far, Morgan Westall has been able to pitch around some trouble. She fires that one high. Knights have had runners on the bases so far in all 4 innings. Thus far, have not been able to get a run across. She'll line that one to third base. Losmack will fire to first for the inning-ending double play. So another good job from Westall to get the Knights when it matters. Clear the bases as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. Alma leading 2-0. Brooke Hunderman still in the circle for the Knights as we lead off the top half of the 5th inning.
Now batting, Renee Sandman.
Renee Sandman will lead off. She is 1 for 1 so far in the day, also has a walk. Sandman drove in one of the 2 Alma runs in the second inning. She takes that one high for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Renee Sandman. She swings at that one, pops it into shallow center field, and a diving play made by Aubrey Herder for the first out. Herder has come up big so far for the Knights defensively, making several critical plays. Behind Hunderman. And that will bring up Peyton Feather. Feather 0 for 2 so far in the day. Gets out of the way of that one for ball 1. Feather in the first inning lined into a double play to Herder, and then she flew out to left field to end the second inning. She'll take that off-speed pitch, bouncing just in front of the plate for ball 2. Feather, a .346 hitter coming into the day. Takes that one over the outside corner for strike 1. So 2-1 the count here. Good pitch there from Hunterman over the inside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. Swung on, fouled off the top of the backstop. As expected, Taylor Sanborn back behind the plate after Ella Steele pinch ran for her in the previous half inning. The 2-2 pitch. Strike three over the inside corner. Sanborn gives a little fist pump there.
Now batting, Jordan Porter.
That was the first strikeout of the game, I believe, for Hunterman. And that will bring up Jordan Porter. Porter 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a fly out to left field. Porter, a .363 hitter with 7 doubles, 2 home runs. Swings at that one. Pops up to shallow left center field where Maya Brickley will make the play for the third out of the inning. So Hunterman gets the Scots 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Alma leading 2-0. Knights about to start the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Now batting, Maya Brickley.
Trailing 2-0 here with Maya Brickley leading off. Brickley struck out swinging in her first plate appearance, her only plate appearance so far. She'll take that one over the outside corner for strike one. Brickley ended the top half of the fifth with a catch in shallow left center field. Came into the day batting .484 as that one goes high for ball one. Good pitch there from Westall. Gets the swing and the miss for strike two. Westall ahead in this count, 1-2. Outside for ball two. Swung on, popped. Foul and out of play. So Brickley able to stay alive there. Looking to start a rally here in the bottom half of the fifth. Knights in need of 2 runs. The 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball three. Good at bat here so far from Brickley to lead off the inning. Gets to a full count, but a swing and a miss for strike three. So Westall gets Brickley swinging for the second time of the game, and that will bring up Lily Gastra.
Lily Gastra.
Gastra, a .333 hitter, popped up to second base in her lone plate appearance so far. Off-speed pitch to start off the at-bat, and she fouls that one back to the backstop for strike one. Knights with 3 hits so far in this one. Gastra is hit. Looked like maybe on the elbow, but the Knights, it results in the Knights getting a runner aboard for the top of the order in Val Frias. Knights have had at least one base runner in every inning. Looks like we're getting a conference with the umpires here to maybe go over. No, they are reversing that hit by pitch and calling it a foul ball. So the Knights do not have a runner aboard. And that one will be a foul ball, and it is an 0-2 count. So reversal of fortune there for the Knights as Gastra now in an 0-2 hole. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will bring up the top of the order for Val Frias.
Now batting Val Frias.
Frias is 0 for 1 on the day. Led off the game with a walk and then grounded out to third base to lead off the third inning. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Westall looking to retire the Knights in order for the first time in the game. That one is swung on, fouled, just over away from a hustling Jordan Porter in left field. So Frias now down in the count 0-2. Two outs here for Frias, looking to start a rally. Takes that one outside for ball 1. One-two pitch. It is check swung. That will drop for a base hit for Frias. And that will keep the Knights alive in the inning for Aubrey Herder. Herder is 1 for 1 so far in this one, with a single up the middle in her last plate appearance. She also had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. She'll take that one high for ball 1. We'll see if the Knights maybe try to get Frias on the move here. Frias does have 4 stolen bases this season. As Herder flies that one foul into left field, just past the diving Porter. She stays alive, evening the count at 1-1. Looks like we're getting a infield conference in the circle. I think they're just maybe trying to give Porter a little bit of a breather there in left field after she dove after that last one. You could kind of see Sophia Somerset, the catcher, point out towards her as they were meeting in the circle. Gives her a little bit of a wave. And we will resume the at-bat with Herder down in the count, 1-1. 2 outs here, Frias at first base. That one is fouled back. for strike two. Herder, a .337 hitter. As we said earlier, she leads the Knights this season with 13 sacrifice bunts so far. But she will not be doing that in this plate appearance. That one is lined into the glove of the second baseman, Julia Duncan, who makes a nice running stab for the final out of the inning. So through 5 innings, Knights trail the Scots 2-0. Brooke Hunderman still in the circle for Calvin. She will face...
Now batting, Julia Duncan.
She will face the middle of the Scots lineup with Julia Duncan, the second baseman, who made that nice running play to end the last half inning. Check swing, and that will be a ball. Duncan in this one so far is 0 for 2. Popped up to the shortstop Aubrey Herder in her first plate appearance, lined out to her in her last plate appearance. That one is fouled out of play for strike one. Duncan, a .303 hitter this season. Ranks second on the team with 15 runs batted in. Takes that one over the outside corner for strike two. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, hit into center field. And a nice diving catch there from the new center fielder, senior Emma Walker. Walker entered as a defensive replacement here in the top half of the sixth. Gets tested right away, as so often happens in the baseball, softball realm, and makes a very nice diving catch for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Morgan Brandow. Brandow takes the first pitch of the at-bat over the outside corner for strike one. Brandow 0 for 2 so far. She has tested the left fielder, Kennedy Pepin, and the right fielder, Tori Decker, so far. Both players have been up to the task. She takes that off-speed pitch for strike two. Oh, and 2 the count. That one is low for ball one. Brandow, player with very good plate discipline, 17 walks and only 6 strikeouts this season. She pops that one foul out of play. Landing on top of our press box here, as you can hear a thud. The count remains 1 and 2. Just outside for ball two. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, lifted to deep left field. Foul ball. That was very close to Brandau's 6th home run of the season. Some Alma fans and some coaches in attendance did not agree with that call. Tough angle from here. That off-speed pitch hangs up high for ball 3. Three and two the count with one out here in the top of the 6th inning. Just outside for ball 4. That will bring up Camille Losmack. Losmack 1 for 2 on the day. Looks like we will have a pinch runner. Lily Thompson is the pinch runner for the Scots.
Pinch running for the Scots, Lily Thompson.
Thompson is 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts so far this season. Losmack, a .316 hitter coming into the day. Got the first base hit of the game in the 2nd inning. Was thrown out at second base in an attempted stolen base by Taylor Sanborn. Comes up here with 1 out and a runner on first base. She squares around a bunt, and she bunts that one foul on the first base side. Oh, and 1 the count. Losmack with 4 sacrifice bunts so far in the season. Dole creeping in at third base. She squares around a bunt again. Takes it over the outside corner for strike 2. So a nice pitch there from Hunderman. She gets ahead in this count, 0-2. Big batter here as she tries to keep the runner at first base. That one is swung on, grounded to second base for Sweetland, who throws it to shortstop. Herder for the out at second base. And that will be the 2nd out of the inning. And that will bring up the catcher, Sophia Somerset.
Now batting, Sophia Somerset.
Somerset is 1 for 1 on the day. Started off that rally in the 2nd inning when the Scots got both of their runs with a double down the left field line. Also reached base in the 4th inning on a walk. She takes that one over the outside corner for strike 1. 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th. That one is lined just foul down the left field line. And that'll bring the count to 0-2. Hunderman so far has allowed only 3 hits, but 5 walks against 1 strikeout. Looking to end this inning. 0-2 pitch is outside for ball 1. Somerset a .270 batter. 6 extra base hits so far in the season. Swings and fouls that one out of play down the third base side. Or first base side, apologies. Hunderman now over 100 pitches for the game. As Somerset spoils that off-speed pitch. Scots have done that several times so far today with 2 strikes, spoiling good off-speed offerings from Hunderman, making her work, putting the ball in play. That one is grounded to Hunderman, who fires to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. So Hunderman works around a 1-out walk as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Knights still trail 2-0.
Now batting, Emily Sweetland.
Bottom of the 6th here for the Knights. In need of at least 2 runs here to tie the score. Emily Sweetland will lead off. She is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. Fouls that one out of play down the right field side. Morgan Westall still in the circle for the Scots. Sweetland pops that one to shortstop, where Peyton Feather will make the play for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Carly Dole. Dole
Now batting,
0 for 2 so far with a pair of strikeouts. Westall has really settled in here, has retired 7 straight Calvin hitters since a leadoff single by Taylor Sanborn in the 4th inning. Dole takes that one for strike 1. Dole fouls that one back for strike 2. Dole has kind of found herself in this 0-2 hole, I believe, in all 3 of her plate appearances now. Looking to start a rally here in the 6th. Takes that one low and outside for ball 1. Swung on, fouled, out of play. So 1-2 still the count here on Dole. As she takes that one high for ball 2. One out here in the bottom of the 6th. Dole fouls another one out of play. Fans getting a workout here. A lot of these foul balls. An off-speed pitch. Dole hits it to the left side of the infield. Shortstop Peyton Feather unable to make that backhanded play. And the Knights have a runner aboard for Taylor Sanborn.
Now batting, Taylor Sanborn.
Sanborn 1 for 2 so far in the day with a single. Takes that one low and outside for ball 1. Dole at first base is a base stealing threat. 9 steals in 9 attempts. So the Knights look to scratch their first run across. That one is fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. Sanborn tied for second on the team coming into the day with 14 extra base hits. She takes that one low for ball 2. So 2-1 the count here on Sanborn. Dole at first base. Swing and a miss. Dole goes from first. She is thrown out. Trying to steal. Good throw there from Sophia Somerset. That was the first time that Dole has been thrown out so far this season. She is now 9 for 10 on stolen base attempts. And that is, I believe the count is 2-2. So bases are now cleared as Westall fires that one outside for ball 3, full count. Swung on to the left side. Good backhanded play by the shortstop Peyton Feather, and a nice stab there at first base from Renee Sandman to end the inning. As we head to the top half of the 7th with the Scots still leading 2-0. Brooke Hunderman still in the circle for the Knights as Jenna Holzinger will lead off the top half of the 7th. She'll take that one outside for ball 1. Holzinger still, she has had 2 plate appearances, not any official at-bats. She walked in her first at-bat and then had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning. Pops that one, foul for strike 1. So 1-1 the count here on Holzinger. Hunderman so far through 6 innings has allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, neither of them earned. She has 5 walks and 1 strikeout. Fires that one over the outside corner for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled down the left field line. Right at one of our athletic department employees, Jason Fozzie. That one is fouled down the third base line. Jason was unable to make that play in case you couldn't see it. But he was also maybe trying to protect his family over there, so that's okay. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That is the second strikeout of the day for Brooke Hunderman. That will bring up Kylie Halverson.
Now batting, Kylie Halverson.
Halverson is 0 for 2 on the day, but she did reach base on an error in the second inning that resulted in one in the first Alma run. Ultimately ended up being a 2-run inning. She pops that one to shortstop Aubrey Herter on the first. That will bring up the top of the order in Renee Sandman.
Now batting, Renee Sandman.
Sandman is 1 for 2 on the day. She had a RBI single in the second inning and then also walked to lead off the game in her last play. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Hunderman looking to get back into the dugout and give her hitters one last opportunity here to tie the game or take the lead, trailing by only 2. Swung on and missed once. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Hunderman strikes out 2 of the 3 hitters in a 1-2-3 7th inning as we head to the bottom half with the Knights in their last at bat needing 2 runs to tie this one up, trailing 2-0. Leading off the bottom half of the 7th inning is Tori Decker. Decker is 1 for 2 so far in the day. She had the Knights' first hit in the 2nd inning. She'll take that one for strike 1. Knights needing 2 runs here to keep this game going. Morgan Westall has been up to the task so far, as Decker lines that one into right field for a base hit. So good start here for the Knights, and if you're trying to start a rally, getting that leadoff hitter aboard, bringing the tying run to the plate. And that will bring up the left fielder, Kennedy Pepin. Looks like we will have a pinch runner, number 4, Lauren Wright.
Running for the Knights, Lauren Wright.
Pepin so far on the day is 0 for 1. She had a sacrifice bunt in her first plate appearance, and then she lined into a double play to end the 4th inning. Knights have had at least 1 base runner in 6 of the 7 frames so far. As Pepin takes that one outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch over the outside corner for strike 1. Westall now over 100 pitches for the game. She has allowed 6 hits and 2 walks while striking out 6. That one is fouled back for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's a big first out if you are an Alma fan. And that will bring up number 34, Emma Walker.
Now batting, Emma Walker.
Walker entered the game right before the 6th inning. Made a nice diving catch out there in center field. She'll take that one for ball 1. This is her first plate appearance. This is the 27th game that she has appeared in, making 25 starts. Check swing foul will even the count at 1-1. Walker, one of 6 seniors for Calvin, who will be honored at the end of game 2. Swings and fouls that one back off the backstop for strike 2. One and 2 the count on Walker. Fouled again. Westall looking to finish off this complete game and shutout. She has completed 11 of her 14 starts this season. This would be her first shutout if she's able to keep it. That one is popped up into foul territory for first baseman Renee Sandman to make the catch and the second out of the inning. So the Knights are down to their last out as Lily Gostra, the first baseman, looks to keep this one alive. 0 for 2 so far on the day. Gostra popped up to the second baseman in her first plate appearance and then struck out swinging in her second appearance. Takes that one low for ball 1. Lauren Wright is the pinch runner at first base. Gostra representing the tying run. She fouls that one out of play. That will even the count at 1-1. Gostra, another one of the Calvin seniors. 6 of them that will have a little ceremony at the end of or after game 2. Gostra hitting .333 this season. Takes that one high for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. Gostra looking to extend the inning, get back to the top of the order for Calvin. As Westall's pitch just misses the outside corner for ball number 3. So Gostra ahead in the count. Looking to reach base any way she can. She flies that one into right field, where it will be caught by Jenna Holzinger to end the game. So great pitching performance in this one from Morgan Westall. Westall with her 12th complete game of the season and her first shutout of the season. She finished the game with, let me see if I can find it real quick. Finished the game with 7 strikeouts, allowing 6 hits and 2 walks. She will improve to 7-9 on the season, as the Scots improve to 5-8 in MIAA play. Meanwhile, for the Knights, Brooke Hunderman, she completed her 12th start of the season. She allowed 2 runs, both of them unearned, allowing only 3 hits with 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. She will fall to 12-7 on the year. So Alma takes the first game 2-0, and we will be back in probably 25-30 minutes for game number 2.